Recently, on Book TV, Charles Schwab talked about his life and investment career. Here's a portion of the program.
And they sort of flashed a couple big numbers on me, and having come from really zero money myself, 55 million was a whole lot of money for the whole of the company, and I think I own maybe 40% of the company, which was a lot of money, let me tell you, then, in 1981. So we finally decided to do that, to make the transaction happen, because I was faced with, as we grew and grew, we needed more and more money to grow. You need that in capital, and I was turned down by many venture capitalists along the way, and certainly Wall Street didn't come to my aid because we were creating competition for them, right? We were just lowering the prices and making great service for customers, and thousands of customers were joining our company as clients. And so they didn't want to finance it any further, so I had a tough time raising money. So the B of A thing was a very attractive thing at that time, my age, and the development of the company. But soon, over the next 3 or 4 years, it became clear that we were under the wrong umbrella and had to work our way out of there.
Now, not only that, but they ran into huge problems.
That's what I mean. They ran into huge problems. They lent money to the Greek shipping guys that went down the tubes, and Argentina, they had all kinds of loans to South America. It went on and on and on. And so they had to sell the big building, the big tall building here in downtown San Francisco. They sold a couple other subsidiaries, their Italian subsidiary. They had to, and so I said, hey, sell us. So I convinced them to sell us, and that was another interesting story about, and they said, okay, we'll sell you. And so we'll sell you to the highest bidder. I said, that's terrific. But you know very well that I'm not for sale. You can sell the company. I'm going to start a similar company right across the street. And that wasn't an idle threat, it was a real threat, because I was going to do it. And I was a little bit upset with them, because going back when we made the deal with them, our stock, we went at a stock for stock transaction, and their stock was like $24 a share. That was the top tick, and I think the next 4 years it went from 24 all the way down eventually to something like 9. So I was an unhappy guy for many reasons. That was our total net worth. My wife's right over here in the corner. She's sort of shy.
You know, it's a non-trivial point. They could sell Charles Schwab, but they couldn't sell Charles Schwab.
Person, yeah, right. So I had a name and likeness, a sort of provision in there that they couldn't, that wasn't for sale. And so, and have serendipitous that I used my name and face by that time in advertising. So I was getting, people identified the company with me. And so I don't know who they're going to sell it to when the namesake goes down the street about a block and opens up another similar competing company. So anyway, we came to terms. They were really happy. They ended up with 5-6 times what they had paid me for in compensation in 5 years' time. So that was a good return for them.
To watch the rest of this talk, visit our website, booktv.org, and search for Charles Schwab or the title of his book, Invested, using the box at the top of the page.